So you're promising not to start hugging me whenever it is you're in danger, right?
See if we in fights, and that's one thing. But I ain't really gonna.
So that's a no. That's a no.
Bro.
Is that
sensing real tension? He watching my eye and he asking me if I'm gonna.
Is that a no, Joshua Garcia?
That's just the.
Is that a no?
No, I'm not gonna get up. You could move your legs real wide too. Your legs are very wide and there's not that you're looking sus right now, you know.
Is that a no? So when you're in danger, right, you're not gonna hug me, right?
I'm not gonna be in danger, pal. Okay. But you move back in the seat, eh?
So, good night, viewers. So we have here for Fight Night 34 the main event, guys. Joshua James here on my right, Joshua Garcia here on my left. So, gonna ask a couple of questions.
Stop pretending like you're meditating, but you're good. You're not cool.
A couple of questions here for these guys and them, and let's see how this thing will go. Alright, so let's start from the top. Alright, so James, you called out Garcia 2 years ago. Yeah, you know, why does he wanted to fight him?
Why does he want to fight him?
Yeah.
He talks too much.
True.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Just because he talks too much.
So you don't like men who just use their mouth? That's it. You know what it is? You can't handle men who just use their mouth. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
They usually say that the loudest man in the room is the stupidest man in the room as well, but mice are pussies as well, and they don't talk a lot. So that's how the thing go. You don't like people for a reason, eh? If you don't like loud mouths for a reason, because they can't handle talk. Just letting you know.
But
one question in here already start ranting.
I let you know. You didn't see the last face-to-face when you was getting educated.
in what form was it?
Against Prescott. You don't do well with Joshua's, you know. You didn't handle it well.
When I was getting educated, is it?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
So what was your thoughts though when you called me?
I was honestly at the point in time I was exhausted, so I was like, what the frick, why are you in there? So really and truly I didn't know, I wasn't prepared for it. So like, he caught me off guard with that. And I was tired from working the whole night.
Alright.
And I said what to say, and it was it was real cringe at the end of the day too.
So after you sat down, you thought about it and stuff. What happened after that? That you're thinking about, okay, this guy's interested in fighting me.
Well, I was saying, I thought it was more of a. I mean, we've always had a little rivalry, yeah. But I think now that it's a little more enticing to Joshua because, you know, it's like he got some fights and he's got cut off abroad, but he got some fights and now I went in a big promotion as well. So I think that he really wants to be that guy to finally take down the promoter now. Which is fine. Like, I mean, that's how it looks.
Take down the promoter.
Yes.
That is the angle that you're going at.
The angle you going at? I mean, why else would you? Because I talk too much. I didn't really find that too believable, to be honest.
There's a lot of other things that I could mention, but everybody else don't have to know about private business. So just know that we will sort out that.
So you feel that if you get the win, you feel that would put through what it is you say now, or lay everything to rest in that case?
The win is not really important, you know. What's important is I get you for 5 rounds.
3.
It's 3 now?
Yeah, it's 3.
Disappointment done, sir. Disappointment done, sir.
Okay, so my apologies on that. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Bro, what makes you think you could last 5 rounds? I don't understand why you're fronting.
Bro, you are
Why
nothing.
do you think
you
that
need
you could
to
last
really
5
calm
rounds?
down?
True.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've went against your top guys from your gym.
And he got cut ass.
Right.
And he
That's
got
where you
cut
want to
ass.
call hugging for 5 rounds? That's where you want to call cut
I
ass?
could count the number of times Ronaldo foot was in your face, you know.
Really?
It was a cut ass.
Tell me how many?
Twice.
He foot was in my face twice?
A few times.
Right.
No, twice he got cut ass. After this one, if you want to talk about guys from my gym, you'll be what, 4-1? After this loss? I didn't bring it up, but he brought it up. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Right.
Yeah. But no, like he's a good fellow. I didn't expect it to win respectfully, but no, he's good. I train with him on every day. I know how good he is. And I think he's the top fellow in amateurs in the country.
Right. And I went against him for how many rounds?
How much was it, boy? Like 4 rounds the first time, and they lost. And then 3 rounds the second time, and they lost. So, I don't see why it matters.
They did 5. No, it was 4 plus 1. They drawed at the first
Right.
round, and then the
So, next round you lost again. Like, it's not helping the case, though. At all.
No, but that's your best guy.
And he lost. If he won, you could say that. If he won, you could say that.
Your best guy. We went toe-to-toe and went to the last bell. What makes you think you're going to last?
Guys, I fight him every day, bro. Every day.
There's a difference between sparring and fighting. Eh?
Nah,
you're
he
going
don't
to
like
find
to
that
spar.
out
Yeah,
on
one thing
Saturday.
about Ronaldo, he don't freaking spar. I don't spar him until I'm ready to actually lose some brain cells going against him. But yeah, nah, so that's how I knew. Like I fight the man properly all the time.
But you don't think that you use a level of control working to you as opposed to when
Say
you
Genuinely,
no.
I think.
Say no. Say no. Say no. It'll make it sound
Like
much
I was saying,
cooler.
genuinely, I think that people perform better in the gym. Really better than in the ring. I think people do
but
perform
that is
better.
because you're not facing the pressure of somebody trying to knock off your
Yeah,
head.
exactly. That Ronaldo he saw there wasn't anything near what he is in the gym, you know. And he got wiped. He got wiped like a baby's ass.
Okay, right.
So you didn't face Ronaldo at his best. I promise
White
you
is
that.
going down to the last bell and it going to the judges. That's wiped.
You got wiped. Okay.
No, but he has a legitimate claim there.
That what he didn't?
And after 4 rounds, it was draw, it was undecided.
Yeah.
And then it's only one.
And I think that's the best fight I've ever seen him fight.
And that's only one round that made the decision.
Yeah, I think that's the best fight I've ever seen him
He
fight.
does have a point there. In that regard.
You're playing
He does-
devil's advocate.
No. Come on.
Oh my
take
lord.
the picture at the
He
same
got
time.
washed for the entirety of the match. The last fight with LeSean, he got washed as
How
well.
was
And
it
then the
washed
third
for the
time.
entirety of the round of the fight, but it was a draw?
That is what you need.
That wasn't even supposed to be a draw, part.
That wasn't supposed
You're
to
the
be a
one that
draw.
questioned judges in this federation, and like you're going off of a draw now. Now it is you're bigging them up for a draw.
I'm not
the draw
bigging
was,
him up for a draw.
It
I
was
thought that I
equal now.
won the match.
It wasn't a draw.
I wanted to query it and they didn't allow me to. There was a
Because they didn't want you to
whole,
embarrass yourself. That's why they didn't want you to waste your money.
there
and
was a
embarrass
whole
yourself.
situation about that. I'm not going even going to get into that. But what you could know for sure, now it's 3 rounds. I have you for 3 rounds. And all that talk you have there, you're going to see if you could back it up.
That's fine. That's fine. The talk is for before the fight. After the fight, we can talk again. But like during the fight. And,
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Cool.
I mean, I will talk to you during the fight. I promise. And I'm sure you will as well. You get one good hit in, and your piggy go stand up so, and you know, you would really get excited.
You're excited
I know
about my
you.
penis? Is that it?
No, you are. That's crazy.
All right,
Crazy
cool.
claim.
So I'm gonna ask something. All right. So when you guys, I'll direct it at you since he was the last person to finish. When you look at the poster design, right? Have this half and half look. You are more serious. Your demeanor, your look is more serious.
He's nervous, not serious.
Him is more jovial and light. Now, your moniker is the Joker, so I expected more to see that reaction from your face, and him probably being more serious. Why the difference? Even now, I'm not getting that Joker vibe from you, that jovial, not taking it, not studying what you had to say. I'm getting that vibe from you. Why is that?
Joker has never been somebody that was about play. It was never that. So I don't know why is it that now it seems that I am on some kind of plaything. I've never been on a plaything. So whether it is I have a smile on my face or not, it matters not. The goal is the same.
What's the goal, if I could ask? So humbly. I'm excited to be in your presence, by the way. I think it's an honor.
I know you're excited. I could see by your body reactions.
Okay.
But you, Joshua, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. You smiling on the poster instead. Alright?
I live in life, dog. Like, whether it's hard, it's good, it's bad, it's sad, like,
He's
we
so
live in life,
corny.
man.
I
Just-
swear.
just-
No, true, yeah. We
So you
friggin'
just
live in
playing-
life.
So that is
Nah, I'm happy
that
to
is
be
your
here, dog.
open
I would always say,
reference,
because you remember we started promoting too because I was training and we wasn't getting no fights, and look at us, like, men begging for fights now. Like, yeah, fights all over the place.
huh? Right.
So I genuinely just happy to be around.
Okay.
And I'm happy being what is the most jokey, beating the most jokey person in the Caribbean right now.
Why
to
you
be
think
very
that?
honest.
Why you say that?
Because like at first, I mean, he was the scariest thing to come around. Like, oh, this Joshua James fellow, and he did have a scary demeanor to him. But the higher up you go when you're fighting, the higher level you go when you're fighting fellas further down in your career, you will get exposed. If it is, you're just
Exposed with what you're talking
He's
about.
a fraud, boy.
I'm a fraud.
Fraud
Fraud
from fraud
for
squad.
being what?
Just not as good as people make you out to be.
You sound like you're taking him for granted.
No, not necessarily, you know.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Is there any respect
he don't really
for
look like he
Joshua?
cut in. He don't really look like he cut in weight, so like he fat, and which means he had weight behind his punches. So if that is the case, then yeah, he could probably hit her a lot. Like I said, he would look to get a hard hit because that's all he knows how to do. Gang, 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 crack the bag. And then he will start to smile in the ring and then start to taunt, and like I already seeing how it's gonna go.
Okay.
I'm already seeing how it's gonna go.
Oh my
It seems
God.
like that side says that is not the case.
But he doesn't. Of course, he doesn't think that's the case. He has it in his head one way, but then he will execute it another way. Like you see how these things, but he's been fighting the same way for the last 3-4 years, you know.
You
Okay.
believe so?
Yeah.
All right.
He didn't show any kind of an impressive performance in nationals. Yep, most impressive performance is against Ronaldo.
In nationals.
Nah, that was after nationals. But in nationals, he didn't really give no impressive set of performances, really.
So that is your general opinion of
Yeah.
his ability.
I have to give him his respect. I mean, like, I going up in weight, his fat ass coming down in weight. You know, I usually walk around like 10, 15 pounds lighter than a man. So he like to bully smaller men, eh?
You feel so?
Smaller men? Who's the smaller men have fought?
Me. Gotta pay attention to the other knobs you fight.
Bro, then you're calling your own people knobs. Is that it?
No, the knobs, these smaller
Because
knobs
I
you fight.
fought LeSean.
He was
I
your weight he
fought
lost.
Ronaldo.
He was your way to loss.
No, but
Anybody
you're
else?
saying that I'm fighting noobs. The only person that has
Smaller
fought
men, smaller men,
noobs
smaller
for the
men.
past how much years that you've been fighting?
2, 3, 2.
Who did you fight at nationals again?
2. The person
did
who
you
beat
fight?
your coach.
Who did
The
you
person who
fight
beat
at
your
nationals?
coach. The person who beat the fellow that trains you. All respect to Donald, by the way, best 135 in the country, but
No,
the
no,
person
no.
who beat your coach.
That's boxing. This is kickboxing. That is where I was talking
Oh,
about, right?
kickboxing nationals.
Oh,
no, I was
kickboxing.
talking about boxing nationals.
No,
I say.
but who did you fight in that?
I fought Jerome Barkley.
Jerome Barkley. How long has Jerome Barkley been fighting for?
Couldn't tell you it's not the man mother dog.
Right.
It's not the man mother.
Jerome Barkley has been fighting for less than a year,
Nah,
right?
that's-
And you took that as a fight to go and take it to national kickboxing, right? And you're really and truly bigging up yourself about that, right? Now, you're saying that you've been fighting people much bigger than you and whatever. How is Jerome Barkley bigger than you?
Jerome Barkley is much bigger than me. He fights at 170, 75 pounds. I walk around like 156, Pally.
Nah, he just fight 165.
I
He
make
fought my
fights for
guy-
the
He
man.
fought my guy at one.
He cut. And even 165 is about 10
Listen.
pounds bigger than me.
Everything
You're
have an
cutting down.
excuse for,
You're cutting
right?
down.
But listen
to
to
a
this.
weight
Listen
that
to
is
this.
like 10
Listen
pounds
to
bigger
this.
than me.
Listen to
Eh?
this.
I
Let me
bulking up to
finish,
fight
right?
your fat ass.
Now-
to give you the privilege of fighting.
Now, all this to say, right? After you've ranted and say all this, right?
Nobody's ranting.
That you could beat me and all these different things, and I'm not all these.
You could
different
wrong me
things,
for
right?
that. I would be here if I didn't think I could beat you.
Now, why are you not fighting for the belt then?
What belt is that?
What belt is that?
Oh. No, it's because I'm fighting your bum ass, dog. Because
Right.
you just got your ass cut so many times and
And
nobody
that is
thinks
why
you
you wouldn't
deserve to
fight me
fight
for the
a
belt.
It's not me, you know. I don't make the decision. I the athlete. But nobody wants your bum ass to fight for the
Your
belt.
excuse is
Not
really
it.
poor
I don't think
because
you know the
if you
definition
think
of
that
excuse and a reason,
a
you know.
bum, right? Me being the bum, don't you think it would have been an easy win for you to just come and take the belt, right?
I don't decide who I fight in a pal.
You
I'm
don't
the
decide
fighter.
who you fight.
I'm the fighter. You have coaches for that. You have promoters for that.
So then why not take the belt then? Why your coach didn't want the belt?
The belt is really not to me, you know, like fight.
Right, so then why not fight for the
is not
belt?
to me. Like I don't make the decisions, pal. Talk to coach
So
about
then why
it.
not
Talk
fight
to
for the
coach
belt? You
about
have
it.
all the answers
You're
before
vexed.
and
This is what
now
it is.
why is
you
it
want
not
you
for the
thought
belt?
you were getting an easy run on the belt. That was what it was.
Really?
You thought
So
after getting your ass cut twice, you could get an easy run at a
person that's
kickboxing
picking on
belt.
the smaller guy, right?
No, you always were. It's always been like that.
Right.
It's always been like that. I think that's what this is. Right? The belt is nothing to
You
me,
are
you know.
hilarious and corny.
Really and
I
truly.
swear.
Right, pal. I like to see you smile. It shows that you're at least comfortable. The last sit down here with people, it didn't look great.
Wow.
Glad you're at least comfortable.
Alright, so let me get some. I'm gonna ask, how has the lead up to training camp or training camp been for both of you?
Answer first, baby boy.
Preparation and stuff and things. So talk to me, Joshua.
Nah, I want him to answer first.
Nah, you talk now, man.
You want him to answer first, boy?
Nah, you talk now.
Nah,
You
training.
first when I asked the last question, so again, you get the same opportunity.
Okay. Training's been good. Usually, I would train my ass off to the point where I get sick. You know, it's hard maintaining a business and going to school and then going to work and then coming on my training as well.
Right.
But this one's been good. I've been prioritizing my sleep, prioritizing my body, so I really don't get injured. So it's testament to me not taking them for granted as well, because these are bigger fellas. I really take them big fellas for granted. So that's really just been clockwork, you know. Like, he's a very easy person to read. We know what we've been training for. It's not rocket science. Nah, not that I would say, because I mean his coaches are smart. He isn't. So I wouldn't really say too much about the adjustments. Hey, I didn't really have to adjust too much. I mean, I just had to keep my hands up a little bit more. He had to adjust how he fights.
Okay. So James, let me ask you, how has training camp been for you?
Training camp has gone as regular as it's been. I mean, I train to fight all through the year. It doesn't stop for me. There's no special time where it is I have to train for somebody specifically, because I fight in all different kinds of tournaments and associations and federations, because I don't just kickbox, I box. Yeah. I do MMA, I do sambo. So I never know when or who my next opponent is going to be, so I stay ready.
Okay. So how has you think that that experience fighting the different type of martial arts help you now coming into this match against Garcia?
It makes me more prepared, more experienced.
Yeah, he has more experience in getting the ass cut. He has more experience.
Any specific adjustments on that?
No. I know he's a pressure fighter and he's probably going to try to bully me. And it's not going to work out like that though, but it's okay.
But he has been mentioning a bit about, you mentioned a couple of times about your weight and stuff and thing. Did you have to cut weight for this fight?
You see how fat that man neck is? What do you mean if he had to cut weight?
I fight from 175 all the way down to 160. So that means anybody within those weight categories could get it.
But you're at the top of the weight class. You're the most advantageous in the weight class. I fight from 154 to 175. It's two big differences. Two big differences.
Okay. Cry about it.
There's nothing you can do.
Like
Prescott was saying, you couldn't control what you put in your mouth. You got bigger. Because he used to be like 165 as well.
So again, cry about it.
So, weight cut. You had to cut weight and...
Yeah,
was it good?
5 pounds.
Okay, well that's good. That's
5 pounds.
That's not much.
5 pounds from the last fight.
And you said you have to go up.
Yeah, I had to go up. I mean, it's been pressure, like training for 2.5 hours, whether it's in the gym or at home or in the pool or on the road, every night or almost every night. You know, trying to put on weight is like simultaneously lose it as well. So it's been pressure, but at the same time, like, way to really win fights, you know, for like, I think I have 13 fights now, and I fought at my actual weight class twice. That was when I fought Davin, and probably when I fought Nicholas was the closest to my weight. But I've never really fought under 162 pounds, and I walk around 156 around there. Okay. So
you mentioned a couple of different modalities that you're using for preparation. How strenuous has it been balancing all those things together to help get you prepared?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is sleep. I mean, if I don't sleep, I get sick. But we've been doing a lot of pool training. I've been doing a lot of road, a lot of sparring, a lot of drills.
So it seems like you're working a lot on your conditioning.
Yeah. Because for a fella like me, the kind of fight I like to fight, my body has to be able to keep up with it. And like, I have my own worst enemy inside the ring. And if I do lose fights, like I've lost fights in the past, it's really because of my own fault. And I couldn't keep up with myself or what I want to do in the ring.
So, I know I mightn't get much information about this, but what is the game plan?
And game plan? Honestly,
going into this fight?
how what's the word I'm looking for, boy? I almost count on his predictability because, like I said, he's been fighting the same way for the last 2-3 years. He's predictable. I know exactly what he's gonna come in and do.
What if he doesn't? Smart fighters know to change their style.
Yeah. If he doesn't, then good for him. He'll give him a better fight. It'll be exciting. But
Do you want a better fight, or you want an easy way?
That's a good question. I kind of want to embarrass him as best as I could. So that was in between embarrassing him at his best or embarrassing him at his worst and making it look bad.
But which one you think will be more worthy for you?
Honestly, like you could fight the shittiest fight and I'll beat you like that today. I think that'll be fun. And I will do it, sir. You'll do it again and then you could try to do better.
So you want to fight him again?
Yeah, I'll fight him again.
Will you be interested in fighting him again?
I'm always down for the fight.
See, that's our guy. Always down for a cut ass, dog.
You tell me, what, if any plan, if you want to reveal it or not, or what you think, what...
This empty head don't have no plan. You're gonna go in there and try and knock somebody out.
Going into this fight. Well, before you answer, LeSean said in his interview that he is Rafa's guys knockouts for everybody. So should I ask you, are you planning to knock out?
Oh yeah.
So if that's your prediction.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't rush it. I probably wouldn't rush it in the first round at all. But if it's there, it's there, you know.
Okay.
But you have to break something down slowly but surely. Like I wouldn't try to bomb for
You have 5 rounds again. You only have 3 rounds.
Exactly. So good.
And
But
if he went up against the other best guy for 5 rounds and he wasn't able to do it, what makes you think you could do it?
what makes me think I could knock him out? Well, Ronaldo and I are on the same, man. I mean, I would give him this. You have a real hard head. Like, I don't know if your brain has been knocking around inside of there or if you have one inside there at all. But, like, he has a better chin than I would have thought, really and truly. And I have video evidence of him getting rocked, but he does one thing when he is rocked, so you wouldn't really know that he is. But he likes to lean down on top here. Like he's built like a piper, and actually he dents like a piper as well. So like he is lean down on you and try to weigh down when it is he does get hit.
So the question back to you: plan, strategy going into this fight, if any, if you want to reveal it. That's if you want to reveal.
As if you have one.
My plan is to dominate.
Right. Okay. He dominated now because when the night come, he's get dominated. He's not used to dominating now.
I don't want to go that route.
You're really interested in my sex life, my penis. Are you secretly closeted?
Yeah.
Are you
Let me
probably into guys? Is that it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
We laugh.
Sorry, I'll give you a chance to answer.
We laugh about it, but yeah.
I'll give you a chance to answer.
Cool. All right, buddy.
So anything you want to reveal about, strategy gets coming into it? Besides domination?
Whenever anybody from Rough House gets into trouble, the first thing they do is hug. So I know that'll be my telltale for when you're in trouble.
Right. Fair. I think it's a fair thing to do too. But the outside taking there and standing there and taking licks for. I don't freaking stop you from giving me the licks.
But technically that means that now you know exactly what's going on with you now.
Nah, I don't think I'm so one-dimensional. Especially when I'm at my best, I'm not so one-dimensional as it is.
Are you at your best?
Right now, yeah. This is the best I've felt since Davin, fighting Davin.
I don't want to...
You believe that, sir?
I don't want to...
You in the corner?
No, I don't want to...
Prince, when have you ever heard me give an excuse after a fight?
You ever heard me
give an excuse after a fight?
I don't want an excuse after the fight.
Nah.
Because you know people that say after, well, boy...
Nah. I believe in being humble in victory and gracious in defeat. If it is, I lose.
How much time do we have to fight in each round?
2 minutes. But you know this, so I don't understand why you're asking the question.
2-minute rounds?
Yeah, it's 2-minute rounds.
Okay.
So it's a quick fight.
You in this fight too?
Right, I mean,
you know when the fight is? You know what kind of sport we doing?
I just found out that we're doing 3 rounds, so I'm just making sure.
Fair enough, brother. He's on, he don't watch me.
Right, so asking, being the main event.
I'm not fighting for the belt.
Being the main event,
I'm not fighting for the belt,
how is
correct.
the pressure of that weighing on you? Let me let you answer first, James.
I am Mr. Main Event. This is what I do. I've been in countless main events.
He's Mr. Jamie Foxx if Jamie Foxx was homeless, though.
All right?
That's the only thing you are right now.
This is what I do. So I don't know about you, but this pressure is normal.
So
That's good. I think I have the upper hand then, because if it is that you're feeling a little bit more anxious, you have a little bit more adrenaline flowing through your body, because you're in the main events, you're always going to be the person who's calm and collected. You know? Like, because, I mean, you need skill to go with that. You can't be calm and collected and stupid, dog. You need skill to go with that.
So you're saying I'm not skilled? Is that it?
You're not as skilled as you need to be. That's what I mean to say. Right. If you look at Mike Tyson was like fearful before his fights, and that just made him want to kill his opponents quicker. And
You're comparing yourself to Mike Tyson?
Nah, just the feeling. I'm not Mike right now. I'm also 100 pounds lighter than him. But really and truly, the pressure for me, I mean, I've been feeling it a little bit because I think I have more weight on it than Mr. Man over here.
why?
Just because he's the one who called me out. You know, I promoted him. Not to say that's like belittling, but it's almost like, you know, getting a stab at the one person who has the platform to get stabbed on, you know.
But this is not Rabs.
It's not, but that's
So then
really
this
what
has
I'm
nothing
associated
to do with
for.
Rabs.
Yeah, because
So then why bring it out?
Because you're fighting me, the
Right.
guy who promotes, you know.
You're just a regular fighter, didn't you just say that? So then what does this have to do with Rabs?
No, just that I promote.
No.
I know you're slow and everything, though. Do I need to explain everything to you?
There's nothing to explain. You just said it. You said that you're just a fighter. You listen
Shout
to
out to
whatever
Rob
you-
A535. We appreciate the sponsorship for everything you'll do for us.
I hope all the sponsoring me too.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor Prince, he's a real nice fella. Fight Night is a well-organized event. Yeah, you can go back to...
But anyway,
you know.
like you say, the pressure of the main event.
Yeah. Nah, I like the pressure. I almost like the pressure. Before the fight, I say, boy, what the ass I doing this for, boy? Like, oh, God. And I just feel it. And then before you feel to tutu yourself before the fight, all kind of thing. And then after the fight, you're like, nah, man, I do that again. You know, it's almost like bungee jumping and all these things. You know, you want to shit up yourself before, and then you jump off the rock and you say, nah, back to the top again. And when you reach back to the top, you're like, dog, why reach back here again for, boy? But really and truly, I think it brings back a familiar feeling.
Yeah.
Of all that danger and anxiousness back from like way before in my childhood. So I think that's why I really always come back to it. Like, it is very familiar, and I do think that it hampers me. Yeah, almost. Yeah, it doesn't hamper me in any negative way at all. But you know, it's a nice little familiarity.
So what does motivate you then?
What motivates me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very glad you asked that.
You're balancing all these different things. What motivating you to want to train, to want to be there, to be present to fight?
It's not for nothing. I mean, and all banter and promotion talk aside, I think what he and I are doing now is extremely good for the sport, and I think we're pioneering a lot. I mean, doing what a lot, we're putting our health and wellness on the line for something that a lot of people in the future can benefit from.
Right.
Because the sport of combat and boxing and kickboxing and all that does bring a lot of good and growth to the community. And that's my ultimate goal from the sport. I want to be the best fighter I could be and show people that, you know, like, you can't have a hero, whether it is a personality like the Joker or is somebody who like looks like Justin Gagey, you know, and people take for granted in a ring. And well, that's why I would have done with the promotion as well. And I think that I have to walk the walk more than talk the talk when it is. Why? I don't think any of the fighters that I promote would respect somebody who doesn't go in the ring and do the same thing that they're doing. Like you know, and it started off as me liking it and just wanting to do it, but I think that I have a duty to do that as well, just to make sure that, you know, like, I'm walking the same path as everybody else. And then when I hang up the gloves, I hang up the gloves.
All right.
Yeah. So that would motivate me, I think.
Before we get to that, okay, cool. What about you, James?
Motivation for me
Yeah. To keep competing?
to keep competing.
Yeah.
It's for the legacy, to be able to say that I've done it and I did it, and I've done it at the highest levels possible, and I'm able to share what knowledge that I've attained over the experiences that I've had, and pass it on to people that may look up to me or who I would personally train, because I am a coach as well.
Right.
So for me, it's more about putting myself on the line to show them that it is possible and it's attainable
Yeah.
Nothing's impossible, regardless.
Agreed.
So, with that being said, with these people looking on at you, how do you mentally now take that into consideration in terms of how you prepare yourself now it's time to go into the ring?
Really and truly, like I said, it's tapping back into that place that I was talking about before, that place of anxiousness, and like I like to call it bad mind now. I don't think I can go to the ring on jokes and on games and all that. Like I really have to be in a certain place to step into the ring. I have to be alright with getting knocked out and getting hurt and getting hospitalized, and I have to be alright to doing that to the next person as well.
Right.
You know, and if that's not the case, then like I wouldn't feel comfortable stepping in the ring.
And you, James, what you had to, how do you meant to prepare yourself to step into that ring?
Again, this is not something that I am not accustomed to. I've been doing this. I've been put in the hot seat. I've been put in the disadvantageous position. I've been put in all kind of upsetting situations, and I've been able to still go in the ring and perform regardless of whatever. So this to me, it's another day at work, regular.
Well, I'm happy you're so comfortable. I remember the first time you was coaching him for Arabs, man. He couldn't pass the heart rate test, But the doctor, you so flicking nervous. He couldn't pass it.
And that is normal. I believe that for all
That's
fighters.
not
Look where he's come now. That was it. I don't think it's anything to be embarrassed of, but
I'm not
I just
embarrassed
say,
about that.
I think that it's very admirable to see where you've come now. You're probably even more comfortable than me, and I.
Yeah, in its own way, it's growth. Because even for myself, when I used to compete, it was the same thing. You might, as you were talking about toothing and stuff like that, I remember for myself, during the day, about 8, 9 times for the day.
Feel it picking out,
Yeah, nothing really happening, but you just get that feeling now. But for me, usually as soon as I get into the ring, and the first punch is thrown, I'm normal. I'm immediately normal. I'm in the zone. I know why I'm coming here to do. You understand? But probably before that, I'll probably prime myself up. For me, I need to get my mind in a tone of violence.
Yeah.
So I will probably listen to the real gritty rap music and stuff and thing with a lot of violence and something.
Yeah.
That's not normally what I would listen to and stuff and thing, but I need to put myself in that frame of mind. So I could understand how for each person there's a different type of motivator or to help you out to be able to get there.
Yeah. You can't win a war, you don't know what you're fighting for,
True.
You can't win that war.
So for you guys, what do you think? I'm going to ask you first, James. What do you think is a difficult part of being a kickboxer?
Life in general. Because it's so unpredictable.
Why'd you make that?
It's so unpredictable because of
That's so dramatic.
all the different things that could potentially happen. And if it is you're still in the fight and you're still down to fight for whatever it is you're fighting for, you have to still accept all the troubles that come along with it. And you can't make no excuse as to why this happened, because you was heartbroken or you was sick or you get injured or whatever. As long as you make the decision to say, hey, I want to go inside that ring and do it as I believe that I was chosen to do, then you have to accept all that comes along with it. So
just get it done.
It is what it is.
Just get it done. And you guys say?
The hardest part, honestly, is the commitment. It's if it is you're doing fighting, it's not like you're doing track and field like I did before. You're doing swimming, where the worst that could happen is you lose. That's not the worst that could happen in fighting. And if you're not fully committed to it, don't go in that ring, because you're gonna get your teeth knocked out, your drum gonna bust, you're gonna end up in the hospital with a concussion and up on IV or some shit in this, so because you fight the wrong man at the wrong time. So if you can't commit, and that's the thing too. Like my biggest issue with it is the committing to it, because you can't do everything at once. If you spread yourself too thin, nothing will get done. So my fighting shelf life only has a certain number of years left in it. I want to make sure that I could properly commit to it while I can, because I showed respect to my opponent as well. It would be a real shitty thing to do if I were to step into the ring with him and give him an easy fight. Honestly, that'd really be disrespectful.
So you said something there, and makes me think of the question, like, how do you keep yourself from getting distracted? And I'll ask you that after. How do you keep yourself from getting distracted?
How? Me, I would be lying if I said it was discipline. Is anxiousness. Is almost the fear of not achieving what I want to achieve. Like, I have my why, and I am motivated almost by the negative emotion of that not happening. You know? Like,
Right.
It don't make sense. Like, if it is that I feel at any point that I don't, it doesn't sit well with me giving up. And I've sat down with myself and drawn out that this is the path I have to go on, and it includes fighting. Then that's what I had to do, whether I like it or not. You do it sad, you do it sick, you do it happy. It's how to get it done.
So for you, James, same question. How do you stay focused and amidst all the distractions? You're talking earlier about life, you know, and life be life in.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we could all attest to that as being athletes who go in the ring. And such a difficult sport that this is, you know, the simplest thing could put you out. You damage your foot, you think, as you know, it brings up these thoughts. So how do you keep yourself focused and not get distracted?
I do this every day. This is all that I do.
He's a real flicking main character. Why? Dog, stop sounding so dramatic now, oh God.
This is all that I do.
I know.
I train people, I train, and I fight. This is me. That's all I do.
Is there anything else to Joshua James except getting cough in your face? Are you that one-dimensional? At all? Anything else? You have a farm, you like to farm, you like to play tennis? Anything?
I fight.
Straight on to the point. Right, so now that we did a bit, well, you did a bit of bashing. What can you say outside of that? What are your opponent's strengths or good things you could say about your opponent?
Truthfully, he's confident, and I think if you're not fighting arrogant, don't fight at all. You know, I think that confidence is almost arrogance, and I agree with that. I think that he's strong. He dense, like I say, he built like Jamie Foxx. If Jamie Foxx was a pipe, but he had the look as well. What else, man? He's consistent. You know, like you said, he does it every day, all day, every day. That's all he knows how to do. So.
Would you like that level of consistency for your own self?
Yeah, but you have to choose what you're consistent in. And I'm not the best fighter I could be. If it is I doing other things like working 8 to 4, if I'm studying for my bachelor's and my master's, if I am working to build a business for the betterment of the sport. You know, I'm never going to be the greatest fighter I could be unless I chucked all that away and just, you know, fought as well, you know.
Okay. And to you, James, what do you think are the strengths of your opponent?
I think he is.
Take your time.
He is fast. He has speed to him. He does have a bit of wit in terms of ability to become unpredictable. But altogether, I believe he might be a little bit too jovial with his approach. And that might be a downfall.
I used to distract others in class, you know, that was my report card right through.
For example.
So,
See?
okay, so we can acknowledge some good things in our opponent. What do you think then is a weakness of his, James?
His weaknesses.
If you want to expose it here now.
His weaknesses.
Go on.
He has a right hand, and mainly that's what he has. And if you believe,
right there.
If you believe that that's all that's going to be your ace in the hole, then.
But brother, I do not need an ace in the hole to defeat you, dog.
Okay.
I don't think you understand. Then he is not some. All right. He's not some big fighter.
That's his main thing.
Right.
And he's still gonna get catch at it.
It depends on the opponent.
Hey, me clip that. He's still gonna get catch at it.
Okay.
And you had a lot not good things to say about your opponent. What do you think is?
There's not good. It's
what
just
you
true.
say.
I just say it as it is.
What are the weaknesses you think that he has outside of?
He's emotional. I think that he doesn't fight with his head. He fights with his heart. And he'll get cleaned up every time when he's doing that. It's too easy to get on his skin. Remember, he said it himself, you know, he don't like people with a big mouth. You know, and it's shown time and time and time again that he can handle that.
So let me ask, James. Well, let me ask you first.
Yeah.
You heard what he said in terms of your weaknesses.
Honestly, I can go on for
can
5
you,
more minutes, but
can you confirm and say, well, yeah, I could understand why he might say that, or could you?
he just said a good right hand is a weakness. To tell you,
No, dependent only on the right hand.
Nah, I don't depend on it.
listen.
If I see it, I'll do
I'm going
it.
to be answering the question. The question is, he says your dependence on your right hand is your weakness. What is your response to that?
I'm saying he's incorrect. That's what I'm saying. Nobody depends on the right hand, but if the right hand is there, if the goal open, they're gonna kick. Like, come on. Like, no, like your weakness is you only shooting an open goal. But yes, of course I shoot an open goal. Well, don't keep up your hands, dog.
All right,
I must get a goal.
And what you would say in terms of what he said about you in terms of your weaknesses?
I agree. I do get emotional. And that's just me as a human being, me as an individual. I am passionate about what it is I do and about this sport and about my goals, which is, to me, that's okay. If that's what makes me me, I'm all right with that.
But what if it then causes the problem?
It's
Then
like Sesame Street.
I have to be able to accept that.
Bro, you're fighting, bro. Like, get out on the
So,
wrap.
all right. So I'm thinking, you're hearing this, you're aware of it, you're acknowledging it. Can you see to yourself right now that has it become or was a problem in the past, that you could probably attribute that as a reason that's why you probably shouldn't be as emotional? Just asking.
No,
No, okay.
because that also makes me the fighter that I am,
Okay.
as dangerous as I am.
Shitty as he is. It's also your downfall. It's been your downfall. It will be a downfall. Get it under wrap though. Don't take it for granted.
All right.
It's
Right,
take bubble and it's take back talk real personally.
So in preparing for this fight, you watch any of his past fights?
Not really, you know. They really just started watch it once and then you know what to come with. And my coach don't guess. My coach know exactly what he's about. Yeah, I think
That's why he doesn't want you to fight for the belt, right?
So he doesn't want you to fight for the belt because you're ass. And he thinks that's a,
I'm not his fighter.
I know, but he'd rather have a good fight for the belt.
So you're not a good fight?
No, you want a good fight.
That is not really the case, eh?
Oh my God.
So use his coach. No, going on with you.
Because you're trying, you're spinning it.
Bro,
You're spinning it all how
again
to
with
try
the
and make
emotions.
yourself,
Like we
trying to
know,
make yourself
if you want, you could
seem-
come clean and
seem-
tell us how you really feel about the belt. Like again with the emotions, this is about the third time you spun back on the belt. You're vexed at me that the belt gone. You finally get to touch a belt,
I
and
think he wants to know why it is your coach don't want you to fight for the belt.
I can give you Adam's number right now. You know. Hold on. You want it?
No, we don't need to bring Adam down.
Nah, it wasn't up to me. And I would always tell somebody, like, if my coach say, fight a bear, I'll fight a bear because he believes I could fight a bear. But if he tells me, don't fight a mouse, I wouldn't fight a mouse. And he said, don't fight for the belt because whatever reasons he had with him.
Well, tell us
I'll be
what the
speaking for
reason
somebody
is.
else. You want to speak for somebody else?
Tell us your reason. What's your reason?
What's the reason you think? I feel like you're trying to fish an answer out to me and it's really not going to work. I don't have an
It's
answer
not
for
so
you.
much a fishing
don't have an
answer.
answer for you, I
Like,
don't.
it's more or less just hitting the nail on the head. Like,
Nah, I can't hit the nail on the head. You see, like, for the most I can tell is
you
that
had all these different things to say about me, all these different things, all
it came
these,
from me,
these
'cause it came from me.
calculated things that you had written down in your diary,
In my diary.
right? And
it came from me. That was
now you're saying that, oh, I can't speak for my coach because he
'Cause I can't?
he has
Kinda
his
slow.
own idea of why it is I shouldn't fight for the belt. But
yeah, it kind of slow.
Do
now
you think you should
now
have fight for the belt?
Do I think so? I think that I deserve to fight for the belt. Yeah, I think other people in this country are more deserving to fight for the belt.
So you don't think you should have fight for the belt?
No. I mean, if it was up to me, really and truly, I would have forfeit.
Okay.
Um,
I just wanted
yeah.
your 10 cents on it.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I would have forfeit. But I would not fight down the person who is literally managing me.
No. Nobody's arguing that.
Yeah. But he vexed because he doesn't get to fight for the belt in a fight that he thinks is an easy fight. But what really would happen is he would have lost it
so
and
listen
then
to
broke
this.
down in the ring
Listen
and
to
cried
this, right?
again.
Listen to this, right? I spoke to him and I told him it doesn't matter who faces me, whether it's Ronaldo Diaz, whether it's LaShawn, it doesn't matter. I would prefer to fight for the belt because to me it's more of incentive. It's more of an honor to be able to fight for the belt, right?
But you have to deserve that. You realize you don't deserve it, right? You get your ass washed in kickboxing.
But regardless of what, I was
fights
willing to step up to the plate to fight for it, right? And
losers don't fight for belts, pal.
For some reason. You don't want to fight this loser for the belt. Why not?
It's not me. I'm just saying losers don't fight for belts. You're a loser. You're not fighting for the belt. Get it through your head, though.
Okay.
You're going to damage my hand if your skull is so thick. Really, you are.
So in your preparation, you studied, you watch any of his footage, any of his fights?
I have.
Okay.
That's why I could be able to tell you that he has only a right hand.
Yeah. He's watching fights that really I have not been able to train for. He's watching. He's not going to watch the same fights as he's going to come out and he rings out.
Seems like you always have an excuse as to whatever it is.
I'm just letting you know, like, straight up what's
I'm just letting you know.
You were a caveman. I don't understand. Yeah, you're not looking at the same fighter. You can watch how many tapes you want. It's not going to be the same fight.
Sure.
Okay, so...
I think you promise. Come.
I think you have way too much of an attraction to me. You need to fuck off.
You can't shake mine after this interview. What do you think you promise nobody?
Bro, you're so saucy. I swear.
Let me ask.
You say people who are comfortable with their sexuality are the ones in the closet. There's the ones who are homophobic.
I'm not homophobic, bro. You've just been
stiff.
You've just been really on my dick like all night, bro. Like
frightened.
So, stylistically, do you prefer to wear your opponent down, or do you prefer to just go in there and just try to take that?
My preference is to get it done as quick as possible. I like seeing KOs on my resume, and
that's why you say you're supporting what LaShawn say. KOs for everybody.
Yeah. KOs just look real nice, man. This is a traffic cone that I gonna drive through right now, you know. You're gonna Danny bumper at best.
Okay, all right. And you, James, preference, wear them down or strike early, destroy?
Again, my whole situation is to dominate.
Right, so I expecting that there's going to be
it's a little bit of sexual tension there. See, you watching my eyes and saying that.
A lot of going for it, all in.
All the way.
Alright. So,
make it blush there.
Along the same lines of stylistical styles of fighting, you prefer, if you were to choose, would you prefer to have knockout power or technical ability?
Once you have the technical ability, you're always getting knockouts. Lomachenko is not a big knockout artist, but he still has knockouts and a lot of knockouts because you can only take so much cough in the head, whether it be light or whether it be hard. You can only take so much cough in the head. He, on the other hand, I'm not too sure. He had kind of empty, as you could see from this whole interview.
Right.
So, and 3 rounds may or may not be enough.
And you, James?
We go see.
Knockout power, technical ability.
Technical ability.
You believe he's a technical fighter?
I am.
Okay. And you believe you're a technical fighter?
Do I believe I'm a technical fighter?
Because you say all you have is a right hand. So it's
I do believe I'm a technical fighter. Once it is I train enough to execute what it is I'm going to do, you can't be a technical fighter if you're born enough.
Well, then why are you saying that you only have is a right hand? If you say if you're technical, then you probably would see other things as well.
I think that's the most insulting thing you can find inside the thing to say about me right now. You know?
That wasn't
He's
an
not that
insult.
witty. He's not that witty at all.
No,
That wasn't an insult. That was an observation.
Most he could say is I have a right hand. So that's really it. Do you have any more things in the arsenal, boy? I'm back hurting from carrying this interview right now, boy.
So,
I'm sure it's hurting from other things too.
so outside of that, let's say we had fight night 34. We get it. So let's say I want to try to paint a picture here. So, at fight night 34, we walk into the ring, we watch our opponent at the end and the next end. What is going through your head?
Nothing, you know. I just be blank when I do that. I just rest my brain until I'm ready to focus on the fight.
And you, James?
At last.
Oh, you're so freaking corny, though.
Let's say, okay, fight ends.
Last,
All 3 rounds has been completed. What then?
Next.
Okay, so now we are the judge holding both of all your hands, you're waiting on the decision.
His hand's gonna stay down, and then he's gonna cry about the judging again. He doesn't know. Is one thing about this man, and I'll tell you this to try and help you get better, is he don't know how to lose, dog. Like all the decisions that I've not agreed with in my life, I would never go and just complain the way he's complaining. He's crying, complain, and groan and moan, and it's embarrassing. You're a big man, you're older than me. You know, like show your age.
Okay.
I hope you show your age after this fight.
So, one step further, your hand is raised. What does that mean for you?
It means that maybe now I could fight for the belt.
You still be 3-1, but maybe you'll be a little closer in fighting for the belt.
Against your whole gym, right?
I didn't say it, bro. You did. But yeah, you'll be a little closer to fighting for the belts.
And you guys here, your hand is raised. What does that mean for you?
My hand is raised. That means I go and embarrass Papas and Aswi again, because we really didn't get the fight we wanted the last time around.
That's the next step?
The next step, further on in the future, yeah, for sure. Or I could just rematch him if it really was that close of a fight. If it was a close fight, then I don't like close fights. I would rematch him.
You would want a rematch if the fight is close? Or you believe yourself that you may have just felt short, it was a very close fight, it could have gone anywhere. His hand is raised, you want a rematch?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm honored.
If it is though you knock him out, would you want a rematch?
Of course.
True.
Would you? If he
I didn't expect that answer.
If
But I'm honored. So humble.
Would you want a rematch?
If I knock him out?
No, if he knocks you out.
Oh yeah, for sure. What the frick I taking that for? You going mad?
I don't know, but no, you see, the reality is when a guy gets knocked out in that fight, it's now dealing with your demons.
Yeah. No, the fighting is a very humbling thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Which is why I say he has trouble losing his fights. I would say that I'm humble, and I would say I'm humble on the wrong moments as well, because like in the ring, I would say is always the time to be arrogant. It's the time to think you're better than everybody else. Just be that bad mind of a person. Leave the humility for afterwards. I think having that control is what I'm really trying to practice now. But he has no idea what to do and when. And you just gotta be a little more humble when you lose. I would like to see that. Please.
So you won't fight me again?
Cool, yeah, boy, I didn't answer the question enough. Yes, I would fight you again, really and truly. I would deal with the demons. I'll bring myself to the humility I have to bring it to. And I'll fight you again. You know?
Throughout
because
this whole interview,
anything
you've
could
been
happen.
either this way or that way, and you contradict yourself after you just say something. And
Yeah, a little
whatnot.
slow.
It seems
expect
like
you to
you're not really
understand
sure
everything I'm
about
saying.
yourself, boy.
Nah, I'm sure. But like you said, because he kind of took it off of a tangent as well. Yeah, you would face the demons. And I will come back, because it's not an easy thing getting knocked out, because you really have to question yourself and your ability after that. Now, I don't know if you've ever been knocked out in your career, like flat out like that, or anything like that, but it's fighting. Anything could happen, you know? Do I think what happened? No, but anything could happen. And you have to be okay with that, like I was saying before. Any possibility when you go into the ring.
No, definitely I will, because like I had a fight in Guyana where I wasn't well. Still took the fight, still went ahead. You know, fight still went 12 rounds, and then the referee stopped it. You know, I got caught a little more at that point in time in the fight. You know, so yeah, it's the same thoughts you had to go through. Although yes, you might know your circumstance, you have a legitimate reason you was sick or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It still doesn't eliminate the reality that you had to be faced with. You know, so it's always definitely something to think about now. So let me ask, toughest opponent you ever faced?
My toughest opponent?
And why?
My toughest opponent to date, boy, would have been, what's his man's name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. Castellano, that I was boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah, that I boxed in boxing nationals earlier. They say I lost the fight, really, because again, as an excuse, as a reason, whatever you want to call it, I didn't bring out the best version of myself. I didn't train enough. I didn't train with my entire team, including my boxing team.
Reverse it as like this. You should have prepared yourself properly.
Yeah, I should have prepared myself a little better. But at the end of the day, I'm too stubborn to back out of a fight. Okay. You know, I've taken fights like Barrett called me, I ain't Tobago bathing in the ocean, and he said, hey, you have a fight tomorrow night, you want to take it? I ain't trained a day. Still taking it. Right. I'll take it, and it's bigger, man.
So don't you think, guys, when we talk about the safety and the danger of the sport, of combat sport, taking a fight at such short notice without proper preparation?
But you see, that's where my adaptability comes into play now. I'm not going to fight the same fight as if I was fit.
Right.
So,
and so you're going to hug up, like you say?
Nah. I know you want to talk about one thing. He likes to do that too. He never fight with and hug up him, man.
He says that is a rough house thing. So he fight 3 men.
Let me ask you something. You ever see me hug up my opponents in any of my
So
fights?
he asked 3.
Oh, no. Ask him. Answer, baby boy. Come.
If you ever hug up any of your opponents, you hugged me. And we were fighting in boxing national.
Hey, what? I'm gonna put a clip where I clock him with a right hand up his big nose, and you'll see him fall long on top of me onto the ropes. That's what you used to do.
Okay.
The man dance like a rock. I'll give him that, and he just lie down on here.
So hug up.
Nah, I'm not in a hug thing, boy. So
Well, I see you've been trying to engage in some love with the man here, so I don't know if you're going to do it in your ring too.
he's afraid of it, you know. He's secretly closeted, and that's fine. I have, you know,
Right.
still can't give me the pinky from. I doubt he will give me a hug. At this point, he might not even hug me.
So you're promising not to start hugging me whenever it is you're in danger, right?
See if we infight, and that's one thing. But I ain't really gonna.
So that's a no?
Okay, for fucking sake.
That's a no?
Bro.
Is that a
Sensing
no?
real tension. He watching my eye and he asking me if I'm gonna.
Is that a no, Joshua Garcia?
That's just the.
Is that a no?
No, I'm not gonna get out. You could move your legs real wide too. Your legs are very wide, and there's not as you looking sus right now, you know.
Is that a no? So when you're in danger, right? You're not gonna hug me, right?
I'm not gonna be in danger, pal.
Okay.
But you move back in your seat, eh?
Okay.
Be a good boy and go back in your seat now.
Continue.
Be a good boy and go back in your seat now.
Alright, so
You never listen to your father growing up.
why you
Need
think
licks.
so?
That we need.
Why the fans should come out and watch all the fight? No, that's the main event. All the face all over the place.
They ain't seen this clown.
Well, again, push in front of everybody's eyes. Why should they come out and watch all that fight night 34?
I think it's going to be a really interesting fight. It's definitely going to be a show. And I think people are going to get what they pay for because originally, I mean, although it was supposed to be a 5-round fight for a title, now it's a 3-round fight. It's still going to be exciting because, I mean, we have Princess Bubblegum over here. So obviously we're gonna have a little fun, right?
What is this you're not afraid to touch me, dog? You can come close to me. You can't pinky promise me.
So what you think fans check why fans?
Honestly, dogs, if you want to see this clown get laid out, and really just put to rest, because the fraud has been caught by the fraud squad, and he just needs to be put to rest right now. I think this fight, this loss will be the nail in the head. You'd have to go and adjust his emotions, adjust his humility. I don't think that he'll take a loss to me very well at all. You could take it to Ronaldo, you could take it to Sean. I still cry about it, but if you take it to me, boy, the smallest man you probably ever fought, no, I'm gonna spank you.
I see you keep making this reference about you being small and me being big, and you being small.
No, that's
Are you
facts.
going to make
That's
that
facts, not
an excuse as to why?
I could promise you I wouldn't. There will be no reason to make any excuse. You're gonna get spanked.
So
You like that, you know? You like that, you know? Talk to some reliable sources. You like getting lashed, you know? Talk to some reliable sources. And I know people, you know?
on your end,
Talk to me.
dream fights. Who would you like to match yourself up? You get this one.
Right.
This is happening.
Oh, I'm really grateful.
It's a couple days away.
I'm grateful.
It's a couple
You
days
know
away.
I'm grateful.
So
Oh shit.
let's say we get past hands in the air or not, whatever the case may be. Dream fights. Are there any more dream fights out there for you that you would like?
That I would like.
Well, you better give me some more.
I would like to fight the full school of Rough House again.
He's obsessed with us. Men, to be specific.
Because
Yeah, no girls
for
in
some
Rough House,
reason they seem to be
To this game.
pinning their goal of success about facing me in the ring. So I want to really and truly set the tone and really showcase my skills and show that I'm better regardless.
ChatGPT wrote that for you. I don't think you could say something so coherent in a sentence by yourself. I'm genuinely shocked. You're gonna ask me the same question now? Ask it again now, just for the dramatic suspense.
Dream matchups.
Dream matchups.
I don't know if you have any because you say you're here, you're there, you're everywhere. I don't know if you'd be watching everybody who you're eyeing.
Boy.
And also, dream matchups.
If I could fight Johnny Bravo, that would be real good. You know Johnny Bravo?
The cartoon character?
Nah, he's a big bodyguard that is being everybody party, boy.
Who's that?
Sergeant Alexander as well, he'd be a real good fight. I'll bulk up for that one. Sell some tickets, something you struggle to do.
But realistic persons.
Right.
Realistic persons. I think the rematch with Nicholas Elliott will be real good. I thought I was too close for comfort. I didn't think it went in any one direction to say anybody could have like made a fuss over. If I had lost it, I would have said, you know what, it was a close fight, so we'll go. But I would take that fight really and truly, and for sure...
Nicholas Elliott beat you in that fight, huh?
And for sure, this man, Jaden Castellano.
Very much.
Yeah, I want Valari match for sure. But I'll be in boxing. He doesn't kick box at all.
No, you can make that happen.
Yeah. You be careful of your impression, you know.
No, you're fighting anyway, so...
Yeah.
Nothing impossible at this time, eh?
I'm only so sorry that it took 2 years to make, really. But I'm a busy guy, though. I can't
No, you're not busy.
I'm not busy.
You're not busy. Because I've seen you at all my fights. Looking out from either the corner.
You checking you out.
Yeah.
Supporting.
Like a proper fan girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's nice. It's
company
nice.
entertainment. What you write on it? That's company entertainment. He does the same thing every fight, and I really come and bring my popcorn to see like this man gonna do the same thing again, boy. And he does. He doesn't let me down a single time.
Ultimate goal in kickboxing.
Yeah, baby boy. Go ahead.
Ultimate goal in kickboxing?
Yeah.
To achieve the highest.
You can answer this question the last time, huh?
To achieve the highest level that I could possibly reach.
Same thing he said last time. That's not a goal.
Many different disciplines, James.
Right.
So, which one would you like to focus on and take to the as far as you can take it?
I'm not sure if you remember, when I had first started off, I was at the age of 26 or 27. I remember you telling me that, hey, you know, you're really starting off this thing really late. And this is 3 or 4 years later, and I've been abroad, I've fought, I've gotten medals in Pan American Games, I've flown and fought in World Championships in both.
Do you think it's commendable? Do you think it's commendable if you get asked watching all them?
Both Sambo and MMA, and I've been able to even come back and say, well, hey, I've done that and I've taken that experience, and now I'm here.
There are other people
now to this day still progressing and still going forward, regardless of the age that I started. And now, regardless of what he says, it really doesn't matter, because to me, this was something that was supposedly impossible to achieve. And here I am, a testament to that being wrong.
What is impossible to achieve? What is impossible? You win the Olympics?
So which one you want to...
What you done?
Which one
what was impossible to achieve?
Which one I want to further?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Which one you want to further? Because you're doing so many.
It really depends on where I get the break from, because
I understand.
Because
Makes
you know
sense.
there's a lot of different type of politics that goes into all these different type of things. So
So once the
really
opportunity presents itself,
I'm gonna go for it.
Right.
I'm gonna go for it
It
because
doesn't matter the outcome.
it doesn't.
Right. Good.
I can agree.
Because I fight.
So for you,
This is what I do.
For me, I would love to go professional in boxing. I can't see myself doing kickboxing professionally for my own personal reasons. And then I want to promote. I think I like the business aspects of it. Business is what I do. And I think that there's a very bad reputation for promoters, and especially fight promoters in the world, in the country, in the Caribbean, and I kind of wanna better that really and truly.
I
might fall, I might fall short because again I'm doing this for the first time like anybody else. I don't have any gold spoon in my mouth from dad and mom to say like here's $1 million. I'm very sure. Don't let the fake chain. Don't let the fake chain fool you. Know? Yeah. Don't let that chain and thing fool you, boy. I started promoting with freaking money I save up from babysitting. From working in a pet store, cleaning fish tanks, like that, and that's what it is, you know. Do everything on friggin' hire purchase, and you gotta be smart about it. When you're facing big man, you gotta be smart about it. You can't just go and bulldoze the way everybody else is with. So, like you said before, you gotta have your wits about you. I like to have my wits about me, and I think I'm strongest in boxing, so I'll go professional in boxing. I would love to do that.
Okay. So, to wrap up, any final words?
I'll see you Saturday.
To the fans,
I'll see you Saturday. Say it one more time. I don't think you said it.
March the 29th,
I don't think you said it. That's
National
good.
Cycling Velodrome in Cuba, Balmain, Cuba. Right? So,
go ahead.
What
say it again.
To my people who coming out to support, to all the people that coming out to watch, you all know it's going to be a really interesting and entertaining fight. So I could promise you're going to get your money's worth. All right? So come out to Fight Night 34. All right, at the Cycling National Center, all right, in Cuba, all right, where it is we're going to showcase our skills, and you're going to see the better man win.
Sponsored by ChatGPT, everybody.
And
I hope you're giving you good money.
Any final words, Garcia?
Shake on it, boy. That's all. I think he promoted it enough. There's the last touch you're going to get before collecting it in his noggin. They like me, huh? Guys, I think we should stay tuned to see if Joshua is closeted or not. There's a lot of tension here. I'm clapping right now. But we'll see how he behaves in the ring. He'll really get to have me when he's in the ring.
Remember you said you're not going to hug me, yeah?
I'm obsessed with talking, man, boy. But so we'll go. Josh, have a good fight, my guy. I hope you get an entertaining fight. I hope you all get an entertaining fight.
I'm just glad I could put it on.
I appreciate that. Trust me.
I'm glad I could put it on. You know,
Trust me, I appreciate that.
It's definitely been something that, you know, I really wanted to see. I'm glad it's actually being made. I'm glad I'm the person that's going to make it.
Hats off to you.
And I think that everybody in the fight community as well who know you guys definitely will want to see that matchup. So, you know.
Hey, you have a chip in the tooth. Why you do that? You're eating rocks, so. To your bone brain self.
Yeah.
You smile for the camera. You like to smile. But just for me. Let me get a smile off my face, sir. Prince, it was nice. You looked so good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming through.
For sure.
Come one more time for the records. You did it once, you can do it again. You did it once, you can do it again.
Hi, guys.